Yo, what it is Thursday, but it's PRMD here, man. And I had to make sure that we came and gave y'all an exclusive interview. If you are a Titusville area football historian, if you have followed Astronaut for any length of time, then you know who we're about to bring on here today. I am privileged, honored that I was able to get in contact with him and he would consent to get on the show. The people have been asking for historical interviews to take place, and I'm going to try to do my best to make sure that we have all those interviews set up. But I knew where I had to start. I knew who I had to start with, and I knew that I wanted where I wanted to start. And just doing that, we got former astronaut running back Jurrell Elmore coming on today. We're about to talk about a bunch. So y'all tune in and enjoy the show. Man, what's good, man?
Hey man, how you doing, brother? Been doing well, man. How about yourself?
Everything good, man. It's glad to have you on, man, because I'm telling you, like, if anybody from I like to say 98 to 01 maybe, if they was paying attention to anything Astronaut was doing, they had to mention you. You feel me? They had to mention you. So let's go back over some of because if you from Titusville, you hear stories about you. You know what I'm saying? And it almost sound kind of mythical for real. But let's go back over some of your accomplishments in your career.
Sure. So, my freshman year, I rushed for like 1,005 yards. The season was short. We only played 5 games that year. Uh, but from the most part, I just remember just playing like the first half.
Right.
And yeah, man, moved up to varsity after that last game. I think I had about 600 yards my sophomore year. And then my junior year, I split time with Andrell.
Yeah.
And, finished that year with about 1,100, a little over 1,100 yards. And I want to say my senior year is when I had the big year.
Right.
And went to state, rushed for 21-5, I believe, 28 touchdowns. So it was fun, man. It was fun.
Man, so let's go back because we're gonna talk about the state team, but let's talk about the influence that Coach Randy Halleck had on you. Coach Halleck is a legend in my eyes and in Titusville. Let's talk about a little bit about of his influence on you during that time and in life. Maybe y'all stayed in contact after high school and whatnot.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Coach Halleck was a big influence on my life, man. Just the way he went about each day, especially when it came to putting in the work. I think that's where he impacted my life the most. Never forgetting the importance of work and preparation, and just giving it everything that you have. Um, I did get a chance to see him at least once after I graduated, but for the most part, we always kept in touch. So
That's good stuff, man. So, at what point in your career did you was it like a moment in little league, or was it in high school where you had that moment where you like, I really can do this. I'm really good at this. Like, was there ever a moment where that kind of happened for you?
Hmm. um, that's a good question, man. Because honestly, I believe that I felt like that's what I was supposed to do. Being that I started out with baseball, I mean, that was my first love. So I always enjoyed just whacking the ball as hard as I could and running as fast as I could around the bases. Um, but once I got into football and I got that first hit and understood that I can like hit people back and not get in trouble for getting hit and hitting people. So yeah, it was all about the contact and still running away from people. So yeah, man, I just felt like that was it was a natural after I sort of shifted from the offensive line to running back. I felt like that's where I was supposed to be.
Hey, that's good stuff, man. And so you grew up in the Bears Little League. Coach Diesel told me that he played with you.
Yeah.
He said you was on demon time back then. And so and there's a bunch of people with stories. Even CJ Lewis, man. CJ Lewis was like, man, I can't wait till you post that interview because I gotta watch that, man. I gotta see how my dog doing. Everybody wanted to check in on you, man. Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about your time at Astronaut. Is there any particular reason you went to Astronaut, or was Titusville an option? Anything like that?
Honestly, no. I think it had to do with location, really, and just coming up in that area, knowing about who was there before me. So I think for me, it was just a natural progression as far as where I went to elementary school at and middle school at. It just naturally, I already knew I was going to be a War Eagle. And I think it was easier just knowing the people that were there and the people that came before me. So yeah, it was a no brainer.
That's good stuff, man. Y'all are the only school or the only team in school history to go to state. Did y'all know y'all could be that good? Because I don't think people know how good y'all really were. Like I remember coming to the games on Friday nights as a little kid and watching y'all, and y'all had a bunch of guys. You know what I'm saying? And I just wonder if y'all knew that y'all could really take it to that level.
Hmm. To be honest, I would say that I didn't even think we could. Even though I did hear whispers, like, and that maybe speaks to more about what I think of myself. But still, like, I would hear whispers, yeah, y'all good enough to go to state. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, or even like our junior year, we would hear whispers saying like, yeah, y'all good enough to go, y'all will be good enough to go to state next year. Y'all will be seniors, and yeah, man. So I would say no. Me personally, no, but I'm sure maybe some of my teammates thought, we was good enough to go to state, but yeah, I would say no. So it kind of surprised me, man.
How I know y'all didn't get the win, but much do you remember of that experience? Just getting there, being able to say you from Titusville, Florida, and took it to Ben Hill Griffin Stadium and played at the highest level in high school.
Tell you what, man, it was pretty awesome. Especially looking back at it, just playing against teams that you would hear about,
Right.
like Belle Glaze, for instance. There was a lot of mystique about them. I would hear about them being a sophomore because I think we played them one year when I was younger, um, in the playoffs. But yeah, man. So it was an awesome ride. Just looking back, I would say like the biggest thing was just really, man, was just the experience. I mean, I'm not necessarily of a really vocal person, man. So I just kind of took everything in, man. Like going to
Right.
Tampa, going up to Gainesville. I mean, all that stuff was new for me. But
Right.
yeah, man, I'm just grateful for it all, man.
Back in the day, recruiting was a whole lot different. Nowadays, you got Instagram, you got Twitter, you can DM coaches. They kind of move the roadblocks out of the way. How much do you look at it now and say, oh man, if we had it like this back in the day, so much about me or my life would be different. It would have been different if I could have reached out to coaches and things like that. How much do you look at it and be like, nah, we didn't have nothing like that?
Yeah, there's no doubt that I'm sure players our age talk about those things now. I've mentioned it from time to time. I mean, you can't help but mention it. I mean, just the level of access these younger players have now. the number of outlets that they have to be seen, because that's what it's all about. Yeah, man, it's incredible. And one can only imagine if we had access to that type of to those outlets, how far we could have reached, get our
You
talents.
You definitely right, because I was trying to pull up some articles from your day, and I hate to say it like that, your day, as if it was
Oh,
something
man.
ancient, but just I was trying to pull up some articles back in and they were all for sale, and I was trying to look at them all, but it really talks and shows a story of how really you made that progression and how good you were. What were some schools that recruited you while you were in high school?
From what I remember, man, it was mainly I just remember getting letters from the big D1 schools at the time. The schools like Nebraska, of course, Florida, other Power 4 or 5 schools. Not sure if that's what they was named at the time, but
Right.
yeah, man, just getting a lot of letters from the big schools, and that was the thing back then. And filling out the questionnaire and sending it back, hoping that you get a response.
What would you? I personally try to pride myself on my platform because I try to make sure that I tell kids if you from Titusville, you can make it from Titusville. A lot of people think sometimes that they got to go somewhere else to make it, that quote unquote, or to be seen or anything like that. What is some advice you would give to the Titusville kids coming up? Maybe the little league Terriers, maybe some of the high school kids that you can make it from Titusville. You can be good from Titusville. What's some advice you could give to these young guys for some inspiration of sorts?
Sure. Yeah, man. I would just tell anybody today that's playing Pop Warner, middle school, high school, whatever, man. It's like you don't have to leave the state to make a name for yourself. You can stay right there, especially right there in Titusville. You know what I'm saying? Just the access and the number of outlets you have through Instagram and all the other stuff that's out there. You can literally put together your own highlight tape and reach out to these coaches and these recruiters yourself. You don't have to wait for anybody to do it, especially if you have all your other ducks lined up in order. So take advantage of that, fellas. And yeah, man, use it to the max.
Definitely, definitely. So after high school, I wasn't able to keep up with your story. I don't know if you made it to college or anything of that sort. So what was that like after high school for you?
Yeah, so basically after high school, I graduated, of course, and kind of just sat around in limbo, just wondering, where I was gonna play. I knew I wanted to play, but I just didn't know where. So during the time, I was contacted by, I want to say, a coach in Georgia. Yeah, that would have been the coach of the Georgia Military Institute up there in Milledgeville, I believe. So
Mhm.
yeah.
I'm
So
familiar.
yeah, so I was offered to come up there for a visit, which I did. Um, Liked what I seen, and around that time, I got offered a visit by or no, I was contacted by Coach Beatty out in California, a little JUCO called Reilly College.
Okay.
So yeah, man, he was like, yeah, man, we got some of your boys from Astronaut out here. I was like, oh, really? He started naming some people. Like, okay, all right, all right. So yeah, man. So between Georgia and California, that's what I ended up doing. And I actually took the trip to California, man, and went to JUCO, played ball out there, won a state championship out there. Um, and yeah, man, pretty much came back home to Florida, sat there for a few months, kind of waiting to see what was going to happen. And I want to say I was contacted by Coach Elzenrath of Tusculum College up here
Okay.
in Greenville, Tennessee. And so I came up here in January '05 and done that for a couple years. Ended up sharing time with a guy, and after that, I want to say it sort of tapered off into a semi-pro a few years
Right.
later after that, and yeah, I guess you could say it sort of fizzled after that.
Right. Did you ever get into or aspire to get into like coaching? I think you got a lot of game to give to somebody else.
Yeah,
And
I get that a lot, man. I've always looked at myself as not a very, I guess, by example, lead by example, than a rah rah vocal person in your face type. Not saying I can't be that person, but I guess when it comes to coaching or trying to, you know, show somebody younger than me, I think I'm more of an example person.
knowing is definitely half the battle, and I think that a lot of times people think just because you were a good player that automatically translates into being a good coach or anything of that nature, and I don't think that's always true. Just like sometimes they say people that didn't play can't be coaches and stuff like that. So I really think that knowing is definitely the most important part of that battle. But man, also I want to circle back to your high school because I don't think that we can overlook the team that you played with. So you had Andrell Curry. Shout out to Jurrell. You and Jurrell, definitely one of the best running back rooms to ever come through Astronaut. Even Cameron Harris went on record to say that this was one of these things. So I definitely think that y'all were what you call it. But then you had C.J. Lewis, Aaron Walker, DeBar Fluellen, a bunch of guys. Man, what was practice like at Astronaut during this time?
Well, I'll tell you what, my freshman year it was pretty intense, man. Again, I was a little dude, so just seeing everybody that was obviously bigger than me at the
Right.
time, and like moving faster than me. Yeah, it was definitely a wake up call. But yeah, practices was intense. A lot of thuds, what they call it, clacking pads, clacking back in the
Yeah.
day. Yeah, a lot of those sounds. But yeah, you definitely had to strap your helmet up back then.
Was it a lot of trash talking practice?
Oh yeah, definitely. At the very least, trash talk. And then there was overtones of coach, whether it was Coach Halleck or Coach Bundy getting on somebody, or Coach Warden
Right.
telling us to run the play again. Yeah, yeah, it was
And
pretty intense, man.
one of the crazier things that I think we can't overlook is that y'all played at Dre Field. These kids don't even know what Dre Field is. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like
that's crazy
there
to
was a
think that.
lot of legendary nights at Dre Field, man. What was it like coming on Dre Field on a Friday night in Titusville back in your day?
Bro, that was the stage. Like if if I could compare it, it was like a concert, like the biggest music concert you could think of, and the field was the middle of the stage, and the lights just all shined on the field,
Right.
and it was just like an arena to me growing up, and then finally playing on that arena as a freshman and doing what I did, it was like, yeah, yeah, it was awesome, man. It was awesome.
I don't think I think that Dre Field was the mecca, and a lot of people, maybe not a lot of people, but a lot of these kids don't really know how much people wanted to play there. It's some people that got to play there, some people didn't get to play there, some people wanted to play there. It's just crazy to think about just some of the legends that have played on Dre Field and left it all out there, and you being one of those guys, man. I don't think we can ever minimize that. I definitely told you that when I met you. I had to let you know because the people have said it. The people have spoken. The people said Jurrell Elmore is one of them ones.
Bro, if that's how they feel and if that's what they said, I can only accept that in true humbleness
Right.
and complete gratitude. Very grateful to be mentioned among the greats in the past. Um, I'm truly humble.
Definitely, man. We got a few more questions and we'll get out the way. Let's talk about you growing up on the east side of Mims. A lot of people don't know about Mims, Florida. They don't know about the Grove, man. Let's talk a little bit about growing up in the Grove. I know that's where you got your baseball formulation, and you grew up playing football out there. How was that, and how did that lead you to who you are and where you have become now?
I mean, in short, like that's pretty much what defines me, man. Like that's where I come from. That's what shaped me. Um, some of those values I still take with me. Uh, the worth, the work ethic, I got from there. Um, yeah, the mentality also, although I would say it's morphed, but yeah, man, that place has definitely shaped me into the person that I am. And growing up, it's yeah, physically, it definitely helped me develop my skills, man. You understand? Running through the groves, jumping, running from dogs, all that stuff, man. Yeah, it helped, definitely helped me, bro.
And who were some of your mentors growing up around Titusville and Astronaut?
Oh yeah, man. Growing up, man. Sharon, man, Carl Kid,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? My brother. Uh shoot. Jurrell, of course, he being right there, being older. Uh the Brown boys, Wayne and his brother, much love, Randy, Ralph, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, I could go on and on. Even JB, you know what I'm saying? All the older dudes that was already made names for themselves, they were still coming around. So I remember seeing Big Chuck, man. I mean, Onion, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I could keep naming them, like, but it's everybody that I played with basically that was there when I was a freshman, basically. Like all those dudes, whether they know it or not, influenced me in
Right.
one way or another, impacted me one way or another.
Shout out to those guys, man.
All
Well,
of them, and the ones I forgot, I'm sorry, bro.
charge it to his head, not his heart, man. If there was anything that you could change about your story, would there be anything you would change? If not, yeah, we'll say it like that.
Hmm, that's a good question, man. I'll say for this interview, no. Um, I'm satisfied with what I left behind the astronaut bears and everything that I've accomplished. Um, and even later in life, I owe it all to the sport of football. I mean, the lessons that I've learned just from the game that I applied to my daily life. You can't put a price on it, man. So yes, I'm satisfied.
Uh, That's good stuff, man. I first want to say that I am about to talk to Logan, and I'm gonna say to Logan that y'all need to put my dog in the rafters or the makeshift rafters or whatever the case may be. I definitely think you got to go up there with the Aaron Walkers, the Wilbur Marshalls, the Chris Collinsworth of the world. It's got to be known that you accomplished some great things during your time at Astronaut. What was that senior year stat line at Astronaut?
Uh, 353 carries, 2,105 yards, I believe 28 touchdowns, I think.
And this was this was in 2001. Like that is crazy numbers when you think about it. When you just begin to kind of really think about where football has come to, and just imagine what. Let me ask you that. What do you think your stat line would be in a high school offense present day?
Hmm, good question. Being that it seems like they don't run as much, I probably wouldn't have as many carries. So in my head, I would definitely have to make those carries count.
You're right.
Uh, yeah, I would probably say I probably average about 14 to 16. Probably half that.
And last question: who was your favorite football player growing up? Who did you
Oh,
model your game after?
and it's crazy because I looking back at it, I don't think I ran nothing like him. But I just remember watching Barry tapes, highlights, and just wanting to do everything that he did, which was it was all reactionary. So that's who I try to model my game after.
That's good stuff, man. I want to thank you for coming on, man, because this interview means more to me than I can ever convey on here. Just because I know you a legend in my eyes, you a legend in the eyes of the people, and we got to make sure we do a better job of giving people their flowers while they can smell them, and just letting people know that people looked up to you. You know what I'm saying? Like people thought you was this, and so I think it's right that we tell people what we think of them. And man, I just thank you for coming on. I thank you, a legend, when we talk about Titusville as a area of football. Even Brevard County, a lot of people didn't. A lot of people nowadays didn't know who you were. And I'm doing this interview to make sure that we put you out in front of the people so they know your story, and we can just really share that story, man. I'm working on it, but we gonna get Aaron Walker on here too. We're gonna do an interview with him as well. He told me he wanted to do an interview a while back, and so we got to get that going. But man, thank you for coming on. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for telling us a little bit more about your life, man. And I just want to thank you again.
All right, brother. I appreciate it, man. Peace and blessings, and thank you for having me, bro.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, man, and we'll be in contact with you.
All right, you too,
Yes,
brother.
man. So that was Jurrell Elmore, man. I'm so hyped. I'm hyped that I was able to get that interview. I'm hyped that we were able to get him on, man. He really, right, y'all had to be there. It was a time. Like I grew up in a time of seeing some really good high school athletes come through, not only Titusville but Brevard County. I was able to see one of the best basketball players, in my opinion, Ladarius Halton in New Smyrna. I've been around to or been privileged to grow up and see athletes really put it on and do it like they're supposed to. And I want to make sure that we don't miss out on the legends, that we should not rob them of the opportunity for history to be told. We got to really tell these stories, man. And that's what I'm endeavoring to do here with PRMD. I'm making sure that we tell the stories, telling the stories of everybody, letting people know what these guys have done, man. He had a legendary career. I think he was a little bit modest about some of it and what he was talking about, but man, when it's time, it's time. He is absolutely a legend, and I believe wholeheartedly that '01 astronaut team, it was absolutely one of the best football teams that I've seen come through the Brevard County. Oftentimes they get left out of history books because people assume or kind of they shortchange them because they didn't win state. But I'm telling you, man, that back then we had Astronaut being good, you had Rockledge being good, you had Palm Bay being good. I will always endeavor to say that I believe wholeheartedly that Brevard County is better when the talent is more balanced. Whenever the talent is balanced and it's balling at every school and people getting to it at every school, Brevard County is a better place. So I just want y'all to know, man, I am grateful that I got that opportunity to interview my dog, got to share with him. reached out to him earlier this week and said, man, I need this interview. We need to get this. We need to get this going. And so I'm just glad that he consented to it. Please, if you don't do nothing else, if you have not done anything else, please, ma'am, please, sir, go follow all things PRMD. We on Instagram, we on Twitter, we on Facebook, wherever you are. We're on YouTube, wherever you are watching from, wherever you see us at, please click that like button. Please make sure that you share with someone else, and don't be no hater. If you ain't got to do anything, but you don't have to hate. You don't have to hate. We're trying to grow. We're trying to do big things, man. Big things are on the horizon. We got more of these interviews. Please like, please share all of Mims, all of Titusville. If you were mentioned, please share this interview so that we can continue to broaden this platform. I just want to thank y'all for tuning in. It's another Thursday interview. We got more from where these are coming from. We got more interviews lined up. We just want to talk ball with legends and get our thing going, man. So that's what we gonna do, man. And so, like I said, make sure you tune in to the Titusville Coaching Show. Make sure you follow PRMD. We'll be here. I'm out. Thank y'all for tuning in.